civilization, C-I-V.
Yeah, I heard that one. Did you say caves? It sounded like you said caves.
Yeah, it's a variant of the word cave as well. The word
Oh,
cavern.
okay.
The word
Yes.
cavern. The word cavern
Yes.
has been turned into the word govern. You see? So, in other words, they play this game of words, take what's bad and make it sound good, and then program the mind as such. And really, like I said, I found this conversation was very, very breathtaking. So
I don't remember civilization. I did look it up a while back and I contacted my sister about it, and we were conferring on it, and it is not what people think. Civilization is a bad thing. These Europeans found out who we were and deliberately came over here knowing we were, for lack of better words, a so-called holy people, and they came over here to expose us to an evil, wicked empire or a wicked nation of wicked people and try to make us evil and wicked too. And they haven't done a bad job, actually. I just wanted to throw that in, but go ahead with your question.
Anyway, that's what I wanted to say. I think it was very good what you said. You were very clear, very detailed, and keep on with the good work.
Thank you. I try to be clear. As I tell you, I don't have all the answers. I'm not the one for specifics, but I'm very good at getting you clear. I can put it in a way that you can comprehend it, and once you get clear on it, it's very easy to go back and find the validation for it.
I found it very interesting, too, when you say, because the word actually bleak and bleach actually means white, but we call ourselves, for example, black, when this actually means white.
Exactly. Bleak, bleach, black, and Blake are all identical, the same word. They're all the same word, like glamour and grammar.
But I'll be checking out on your website anyway. And
thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Julia Rose. Thank you.
Bye.
Okay, let me see.
Before you take the next caller, hold on. Before you take the next caller, before I forget this point, because I was on this road when you stopped me.
Go ahead. We got 17 minutes. Go ahead.
Okay. Those of you who are at least say 50, if you look on your birth certificates, it will say, especially if you're from California, Virginia, and the states that followed the Walter Ashby Plecker methodology of reclassifying our people from Indian to Negro, and Negro went from there to African American, Black American, African, whatever. If you look on your so-called birth certificate, it will have your mom's name, your dad's name, and their race. If it says Negro, that means you're an Indian. Now, if you look at your children's birth certificates, because remember, they reclassified you from American to Indian to Negro, and you reclassified yourself as African American because you bought into the root story. And we're going to fix that. But when you look at your child's birth certificate, nowhere on there does it mention anything about their race, your race, or anything, because their whole concept is we've completed our objective and we've wiped them out as a race. So I'm trying to talk to people and refresh their memory so they can go back and remember who they are so they can claim this is who we are. Way back in the day when I was young, on the paperwork and documents when they would ask for race, American used to be on there. But because we stopped claiming it, they eventually took it off. And what they do now is it's American Indian, and they tell you you don't have the right to claim that unless you're federally recognized with an N number. But go ahead, bring in your caller. I wanted to make sure I didn't forget that point.
Yeah, go ahead. They dropped off the line anyway.
Absolve me, caller. Absolve me for that. Take somebody else because we only have 17 minutes, and I can't say a lot in 17 minutes.
That is about the callers that I have on here. Anybody?
Okay, well, I got something to
well, somebody else want to know why do they want us to be wicked people, and why are they wicked people?
Well, first of all, they are wicked people by nature, and those of them that tried to not be, they were persecuted. They were persecuted. And us, it kind of goes back to the Job story. It goes back to the Job story. I bet I can make Job do this, that, and the other. I bet I can make Job do this, that, and the other, and curse you and become this, that, and the other. And it's like, oh, really? I don't think so. Let's see you try. It's almost like a bet, really. It's a game.
And the people, your website is Yaffa Bey, YAFFABEY.com.
Yeah, that's YAF like Friday, F like Friday, A, B like boy, EY.com, YaffaBey.com. Now,
go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just saying here that, when I heard you talk about the word bad, what do bad mean? And so my daughter calls her grandbaby bad sometime, and when I explained it to her, so they don't call him that anymore.
Well, that's good, because the word bad, B like boy, A-D, if you look it up in a dictionary, in no uncertain terms, it says that the word means hermaphrodite or womanish man. So when you keep calling our little boys bad, this is the spell that you're casting on them, and the word grammar means spell. So it's all about casting a spell and doing magic. That's part of what the language is doing. It's doing magic. Because remember, it is what melanin-rich people say it is. That's why the European is trying so hard to make our people buy into whatever it is that they need us to buy into, because once we buy into it, we cause it to become real, because that's the kind of power we have by nature. We don't even know it. You can be melanin-rich and sit up in the house and go, man, I'm broke. Well, you're going to be broke because you keep saying that you are. And I have a bad habit of doing this stuff myself, and people keep correcting me. You might sit up and say, dang, I need some more money. I need some more money. You step outside and you step on a penny. But the average person, rather than pick the penny up and say, well, thank you, Aunt Estes, for answering my request, but I meant something a little bigger. You don't even realize you got what you asked for when you said you need some more money. You stepped outside and you stepped on a penny and you walked past it. But you asked for the penny. You didn't say how much more money. You just said, I need some more money, and you stepped over the more money. So the Aunt Estes was like, well, we don't know what you want. You passed that up, didn't say thank you or anything. So why give you anything?
Right. And you also, just a quick overview, you talk about schools and hospitals are institutions of death. Because the word hospital, don't that mean death?
Yeah, hospital comes from the word hospice and hostel and hostile. And I have that posted on my website on the, actually I have a whole article on hospitals on the website. There's a page on that. And I break it down the way it is in the dictionary. I don't think I can do it off the top of my head, especially not in a couple of minutes. But I have that broken down, and I may have it on the dictionary pages. I have definitions page 1 and definitions page 2, which is further down the column on the left that you have to click into to get to it. But I do cover that. Hospital is a place where you go to die, and it's a place where they basically farm us. And if you look up the words and do the research, when you look at my stuff, get out a dictionary and follow the trail that I give you, and you should see what I'm showing you. If not, you can come.
You also said Webster is not a good dictionary.
No, it's really not. It really isn't. But the so-called first dictionary in the United States was supposed to have been the 1828 Webster's American Dictionary of the English Language. Now, when they first got here, the Europeans kind of spoke something else. You had the French and these different people speaking different language. We spoke our own language, the American language, for lack of better words. And the Europeans came up with the American dictionary to anglicize the language to help them understand it better, and made a mess of it.
Okay. So it's best to get the older dictionary, because everywhere you go, that's all you see, and basically is the Webster Dictionary. Like you go into the Office Depot and all of those places like that. And in the schools, they mostly have the Webster Dictionary.
No, they have things that are even worse than that. They have worse than the Webster Dictionary. But yeah, that's by design. It's not on accident. Go to Libri.com, eBay.com. Go to estate sales, yard sales,